because I'm using my earbuds or whatever they're called, the Google Pixel Buds. I mean, I think I pretty much called it with what happened with the Giants for the opening game. If Daniel Jones can't do much, it's not going to do anything. Then the Giants are going to lose this season, and they're going to be high up in the draft this year again, which is what we're seeing. My fear was, when Saquon left, it would show the vulnerability of Daniel Jones, and it shows to the point like I'm sitting. I think others are going to start saying like Daniel Jones was a mistake. He was a complete mistake to be drafted, and the other factor is the biggest mistake was re-signing him for pretty much $160 million for 4 years. Made no sense. And I'm wondering, this doesn't make sense. Would Cohen and Dable be the ones that were for this? Because like Dable had Josh Allen, so he knew talent. I don't think he recognized Daniel Jones as talent, because like looking at Hard Knocks, and I said in my channel earlier this year that I wouldn't watch Hard Knocks for the Giants, but I had to. And they were ready to draft a quarterback, put it that way. They were ready. If they could trade up, they were going to trade up for a quarterback. They didn't have that much confidence in Daniel Jones. To the point where I'm wondering when they created that extension or signed that extension for Daniel Jones. I gotta apologize, it's freaking hot here. It's 105 degrees. I'm in Southern California. I'm just walking. But in any case, the fact that they gave him $160 million, I don't think Schoen and Dable wanted to sign Daniel Jones. I think they were looking for other quarterbacks. There were plenty around at that time as well, to be honest. And I was even saying back then, should trade for Baker Mayfield. He's better than Daniel Jones at least. And did that happen? No. And then unfortunately, Mayfield, look what he's doing with Tampa. I mean, today's game, not so much, but anyways. And then, Sam Darnold, journeyman. I mean, honestly, yeah, you could say like the Giants defense didn't do much for them, but in reality is there was no offense. What offense was there? And Minnesota basically exploited Daniel Jones' weakness. Basically, without a running game, he has nothing. He can't do anything. I don't say that he doesn't have weapons, because let's be honest, the offensive line did pretty decent today, much far better than they did last season. And he had Neighbors, so he definitely had his wide receiver weapon right there. So that failed massively. I will say this: Giants going 0-10, not a great look for them, but at the same time, I don't know the quarterbacks coming out this season, this next draft, that's going to be top tiered, but it'll be interesting to see. Now, on to the Mets. I mean, McNeil injured. Not a good thing. He turned it himself around in the second half of the season. I wish McNeil didn't get injured, but he's out for the rest of the season, looks like. The relievers, one of the weakest points, is actually surprisingly doing really well. I don't know what changed, but they're starting to, play into their roles, basically. David Peterson, I'll be honest, I still am surprised and shocked how well he's doing this season. That's a surprise. I think that would be a surprise for everyone, honestly. Colin McGill, I hate to say this, but he's not a starter. Let's be upfront and honest. He's not a starter. McGill's more of like a middle reliever more than anything else. He's only good for like 3 to 4 innings, maybe 4 at best. They should just basically switch him off to the reliever. Buto, out of all the relievers, he's the one that's been giving a bunch of 2 runs. Kind of sucks that he's done that, but I think he's just getting into himself. He's learning more about himself, or learning more, in the majors and everything like that. So I think he'll improve next season. I mean, I'm hoping Buto is like a Johan Santana, you know, like how Santana was, where he was used as a reliever and then he became lights out as a starter. I'm hoping that's the same thing with Buto. But outside of that, I mean, the Mets are in the wild card spot, but how long, it's hard to say. Honestly, I was hoping they could sweep the Reds and have that 10-game winning streak instead of 9. But look, if they can go 16-1, I'll take it too. But anyways, with that, we'll see what happens with the Mets. Hopefully they do well, especially when they go against the Cubs and such. That'll be interesting to see how that works out. But anyways, with that, I'll leave it at that. Let me know your thoughts and comments. As always, unfiltered, unedited, and of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time.